A brand new video. We're doing WNBA player props here on PrizePicks. Before I get started, there is a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks. They will match 100% of your first deposit. Also, free Discord link, Patreon link in the description of this video as well. Coming off last night, there was a ton of games on the WNBA slate. Yesterday, we went 2 of 3. Sophie Cunningham barely missed. We had her over 13.5. She had 13 points. We did hit on Damiris Dantas under 6 points, and we also hit on Sylvia Fowles over 7.5 rebounds. She had 17 rebounds. 17 rebounds, the prop was 7.5. Clearly smashed her over there on that one. But I'm going to give 3 plays that I like in the WNBA slate today. We got a total of, I believe, just 2 games today. Minnesota versus Indiana, Connecticut versus Atlanta. Ryan Howard's still out for Atlanta. Collier and Lexi Hull out for Minnesota and Indiana, respectively. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to give 3 total player props that I like. WNBA slate today, July 15th. Again, I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice. Important to know also to mix and match these and play at your own risk. But let's get into it, you guys. 3 props. Let's go. First prop that I like is going to be Jonquel Jones over 15 points. Obviously, Jonquel Jones, MVP of the WNBA last season, and she's averaging 14.9. So she's averaging about 15 points on the season here, but 15 points is the prop. She's hit this over 3 of her last 5. She's got 29 and 20-point games back to back. Hasn't played in 2 days, so nice rest for her. Had 24 points here against Chicago. But Jonquel Jones, you can see the last 2 games have been absolutely monster games from her. Last game, 26 minutes of play, 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 blocks, 7 for 15. Previous game, 29 and 13, 5 assists, 2 steals, 11 for 20. So she's good for around 15, I would say, on average shots per game. She's being extremely aggressive down there in the paint. I also like Jonquel Jones here facing Atlanta, right? Facing Atlanta, Jonquel Jones. In Atlanta, as far as opponent points per game, they give up the second most points per game in the WNBA at 87.6 points per game. I think this should be a rather high-scoring game. I mean, both these teams, it's kind of both these teams are somewhat middle of the road, I believe, in the WNBA right now. So I hope that hopefully this is a close game. It seems like lately we've been having quite a bit of blowouts here in the WNBA. But Atlanta giving up the second most points in the WNBA. Jonquel Jones being the best player on the Connecticut Sun. I love the over here of 15 points. I think it's 15 points, pretty generous line here from PrizePicks. Currently taking the over on this one. The next one is going to be a fantasy score. It's going to be Sylvia Fowles at 26.5. I like the over on this one. Now, like I said, we took the Sylvia Fowles over rebounds yesterday. It was at 7.5. She had 17 rebounds, right? So just take a look at this. So her line for fantasy score is 26.5. So 27 would be the over. Sylvia Fowles is coming off a game where she had 17 rebounds. Look at these reboundings: 11, 7, 9, 14, and 17. So she's been rebounding the ball. I think she's good for at least 10 rebounds tonight. So 8.5 rebounds could be a strong play as well. Points, the line's 13.5. She's hit this over 14, 7, 14, and 20. And so let's just take a look at her game log here, because, right? So 20 and 17, 14 and 14, 7, 9, 6, 3, and 1, 14, 7, 2, 8, 11, and 1, 2 blocks, 12, 5, and 1, and 2 blocks, right? So it's not going to take a lot for her to hit this over of 26.5. She actually hit the over on this one 4 of her last 5, and her only miss here was at 23.4 against the Chicago Sky on July 6th. Let's actually look at her line, right? So on July 6th against Chicago, she had 23.4. And on this game, she had 14-7. 5 turnovers is what did her in. If she didn't have these 5 turnovers, say she just had 3 turnovers or 2 turnovers, this is clearly an over at 14-7 and 2. All right, so like this is technically, without the turnovers, this is 5 of her last 5, over at 26.5 points. She's been playing extremely well. I love the over here. Sylvia Fowles, 26.5 points. These are the 2 plays I like a lot here. And then the bonus play, or I guess the third play that I would say I feel least confident in, but I'm going to give it to you guys. It is going to be Erica Wheeler at 9.5 points. I'm taking the under on this one. So you can see here, Erica Wheeler, she's hit this only 1 time in her last 5 games and barely hit this at 10 points. Now, Erica Wheeler, I believe she still starts for, she starts for the Atlanta Fever here. Atlanta Dream. She starts for the Atlanta Dream. Obviously Ryan Howard's out, doesn't play the same position. But Erica Wheeler is averaging 8.5 points on the year, so she needs to go over her season average to hit this over. And again, she's not playing these last 3 games, hasn't played a ton of minutes, not taking a ton of shots either. I mean, you could go down here to a game against Chicago Sky over a month ago, and she took 20 shots, but since then hasn't taken more than 10 shots in a game. Coming off 3 straight games of 6, 6, and 0, had this 10-point game here, 7, 0, and 4. So really, over her last 6, has only hit 10 points once over her last 6 games. I'm taking the under here on this one. Erica Wheeler facing the Connecticut Sun, who are a pretty good defensive team, right? Second lowest in the WNBA as far as points allowed, our opponent points. Love the under here for Erica Wheeler. These are the 3 player props that I have on the WNBA slate today. Again, 2 games here. Jonquel Jones over 15 points, Sylvia Fowles over 26.5 fantasy score, and Erica Wheeler over 9.5 Erica Wheeler under 9.5 projected points. So again, you guys, please drop a like on this video. Links in the description below: Discord, Patreon, PrizePicks sign up link. Drop a like on this video, and as always, you guys have a great day.